Hello everybody and welcome to the Parkhead to Pittodrie podcast. I'm Barry.
I'm Gary, and today we're going to be doing our Scottish Premiership predictions for the 25-26 season.
Yep, so would you like to start us off with your last place?
Last place I've got Livingston. I just feel that they're not Premiership level. I just feel the squad's just not strong enough, and I'd say there's a Championship level.
Yeah, I've also went for Livingston. I think most people will have them here. And yeah, there's not really much to say. I think they'll go straight back down. What about your 11th?
11th, I've got Kilmarnock.
Kilmarnock?
Yeah, not many would think that, but Kilmarnock, I've got they don't fill me with confidence. I just feel they're good at home, but they can never get the job done.
Yeah.
But Stuart Kettlewell, he is a good manager, but I just don't feel like Kilmarnock will do it.
Yeah, I've went for Dundee in 11th. I feel like you could put them last as well, but they've shown worrying signs in the Premier Sports Cup group stage, losing to Alloa Athletic, and they've also got a manager who, he's not the man for a trophy. So yeah, I've put Dundee in 11th. Gary?
In 10th, I've gone for newcomers Falkirk.
Yep.
I just feel they will stay up for sure, I think. Because obviously, I know it's just one game, but playing against Celtic in the League Cup, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, League Cup. They put up a good challenge, but see if they could just put in a challenge, and I think they'll stay up.
Yeah, I agree. I've also put Falkirk 10th. I think survival will be their aim for the first season. But yeah, I don't think they've got the quality to push higher up, say top 6, even high bottom half. But I think, they'll do well this season and they'll survive easily.
9th, I've got Motherwell.
Yep.
I just feel it's just going to be another season like last season, just not getting the results they need. Just draws. Just...
Yeah.
They just need a good striker. Obviously, they've got Lennon Miller, might be losing him. Mm-hmm. But if they could keep him, that'd be massive. But if they lose him, they could get the money, bring in a good striker, good midfielder. That could maybe help them out.
Yeah, I agree. I think Motherwell have also got them in 9th. I think they will pick up a few good results here and there. Maybe a win against Rangers, maybe even a draw with Celtic, because that's usually what Motherwell do. So yeah, I think Motherwell 9th, and I think if they lose Lennon Miller, it's not that much a loss because of the money that they will be getting. We're looking at like 10 million. Okay, coming in at 8th place now, I have St Mirren. I just think it will be another stable season for them. I can't see them doing as well as they done last season. I think they came 6th last season. Mm-hmm, so yeah, I could just see them dropping off a little bit. What about you guys?
Is it 8th? Yeah.
Yeah, 8th.
I just feel that Dundee not got a manager that has won trophies. He's not their man. Obviously, they've got Simon Murray, but he's just getting a bit too old, isn't he? So
yeah,
I think they just need to... I can see them doing all right, but just going to be a normal average season for them, I think.
Yes, who have you got in 7th? Gary?
7th, I've got St Mirren. I don't think they'll make it 4 seasons. Is it 4 seasons in a row going?
Top 6,
yeah. I don't think they'll get 4 seasons in a row in top 6. I think they'll just miss out, actually. I feel that they just haven't got that quality. There's other teams bringing in good signings, and I just don't feel that they've brought in proven good signings.
Yeah, same. I think I've got Kilmarnock in 7th, and I think Kilmarnock will do good. I think they'll, they're a tough side to break down. I think they'll do well at home, but they've lost a few key players to last season. They They lost Stuart Finlay to Hearts. I know it was only a loan they had Stuart Finlay on. But yeah, and they've also appointed Stuart Kettlewell. I think he will keep it steady for them. And get to the end of the
Sixth,
season.
top six we're into now. I think Hibs, I've put Hibs in sixth. I just feel, obviously they've got Europe, right? But I just don't feel that they will do alright in Europe, but I just feel that will kind of disrupt them a wee bit. But I feel I've just put Hibs sixth just because, like, Dundee United, Hearts, they've not got that much, like, kind of Europe. Obviously, Hearts haven't got Europe. Dundee United have just a wee bit of Europe, but they could make it all the way. Yeah. But I've put Hibs sixth.
Yeah, so sixth for me is Aberdeen. And I think I put Aberdeen there because of Europe, because they're guaranteed league phase football. And I think, Jimmy Tilleen, he's a good manager, won the Scottish Cup. I could maybe see them winning another cup, you never know. But yeah, I think they're an inconsistent team. Last season we seen them absolutely firing at the start of the season, and then they went on a loss streak. But yeah, I think too many ups and downs in Europe will affect Aberdeen this season.
I could agree with you there, but I just feel that Aberdeen will I think they'll have an alright season, but just sometimes they have been a bit inconsistent. But obviously, picking up that trophy, they've got some money off of it, and they've brought in a few good signings.
Yeah, they have made a few good signings.
They've got Europe as well. They'll get money for that. Because, of course, they were meant to get Conference League qualifiers, but instead they won the Scottish Cup, so they got playoffs of Europa League, I believe. So I've got, in fifth, I've got Dundee United. I agree. I just feel that they'll just have a brilliant season this season.
Yeah, I think Dundee United, Jim Goodwin, he's been great for them, really. And I think, the fans do enjoy him being at the club, and it's unlikely that they're going to get far in Europe, because if they win, I believe they play Rapid Vienna.
Yes,
and they're currently going into their second leg, Vituna Strassen, the Luxembourg team. But yeah, I think Dundee United will have another solid season, and I think they'll do well.
Yeah, on to fourth, I've got the Scottish Cup winners, Aberdeen. I feel like, I've heard a few things that Aberdeen fans are wanting them to get into Conference League, and that'll mean that they'll get further in. They'll get further into like the league phase, maybe even the knockouts, because they feel like Europa League will be too tough for them. But I just feel that they've brought in good signings. Obviously, won the Scottish Cup. I just feel that Jimmy Thielen is the right man, and I just feel that I think they'll just come fourth, but they might go on a wee cup run, but I don't think they'll win another trophy this season. They might, but I never know.
Yeah, fourth for me, I've got Hibs. I feel like if they keep their consistency, we've seen them on an amazing run last season to the back end of the season. I think if they do that right from the start, maybe there probably will be a few bumps in the road, but I think Hibs will keep their consistency, and yeah, I think they'll do well. They've also brought in Jamie McGrath. They've also got Iredale on a new contract. I believe that was back in April or something. But yeah, I think Hibs are looking promising. They've got a lot of attacking quality.
On to third, I've got Hearts. I feel that Hearts, obviously not having Europe, they've sacked the manager. They've brought in a proven good manager, Derek McInnes. I just feel that the signings they've brought in, and I just feel they'll have a good season. Obviously not having Europe, they've had a good pre-season, but I know sometimes that doesn't mean anything, but just I feel like they'll have a brilliant season this season and they'll get into Europe. And I think they actually might even go on a cup run and maybe win the League Cup or something.
Yeah, I've also got Hearts third. I think the key part is not having Europe, and also the recruitment. The one that stands out for me is Claudio Braga, I believe his name is, striker.
Yeah.
He scored a lot of goals
He's a
in
good
the
player.
League Cup. And they've also brought in Stuart Finlay, who's very underrated in Scottish football, I think. And yeah, he's got him on a loan deal. And I think Hearts will prove that they're back in the top 3 this season. And yeah, so who have you got at second place, Gary?
I have Rangers. I know they've got Russell Martin, new appointment, brought in a good few good signings. They've obviously brought in Theo Asgard, is it?
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, and they've brought in Max Aarons. I know they're just 2 players, but they have brought in a few more signings. They're just me handpicking them. And I feel like they'll do good this season. I think they'll win the Scottish Cup and challenge for first, but I think they'll do good at the start of the season and then just drop off. Yeah. Who have you got for second?
I've also got Rangers, and the key thing for me is Rangers. I think they'll do okay this season. I don't think they'll do as bad as last season, but I could see at the end of the season Russell Martin getting questions over his job, but I don't think it will be as bad as a season as last season for Rangers. They have got a few promising young players, and you know, they've made a few good signings, as Gary touched on. They've also linked with a Finnish right winger that has been banging the goals in the Eredivisie, so that would be good if they could get him. So yeah, but I do think Rangers will, you know, have a few bumps in the road and maybe just lose a couple of silly games that they shouldn't lose. So yeah.
Yeah, first I have the Scottish Premiership winners are, for me, Celtic.
Yep.
I just feel that you can't really move them at the moment. They're just too good. It's just they might even win the treble, but I think Rangers will win the Scottish Cup. But I think they'll get a trophy, do good in the Champions League maybe. Yeah. It's just the same as every season. I feel like they'll just not be able to get moved.
Yeah, I also have Celtic in first place, but I think you know, I feel like the signings that they've made, Kieran Kearney is an amazing signing for Celtic coming back. I know there's questions over the striker position, but I could see Celtic bringing in some more players. I know the fans want to sign more players, and yeah, I know they're linked with a few players, but hopefully they can get a striker in, and you know, I think. Thank you for watching our Scottish Premiership predictions.
For next episode, give in your hot takes, your predictions, and yeah.
So we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.